Wow, this holiday edition of the show is going great. I mean, it's going stupendous. I want you all to stick around because you will have an opportunity to win $10,000 at the end of the show. So please stick around for your chance to do so. No one else in sports is doing that. We're giving you the chance. Make sure you stick around because we will give you that opportunity just around the corner. Right now, I'm going to reach into our mailbag real quick. Over on our website, which is whatsonsports.com, we give people an opportunity to go over there and write an email in and ask us questions. We try our best to answer these questions to the best of our ability. Before the show starts, I do not look at the questions. They're just given to me randomly. Sometimes they're questions I don't know the answer for. So if you're in the chat room and you'd like to join in on this conversation, feel free to do so. If your comment has any relevance, we'll put it up on the screen so that everyone can see it. All right. Let's go to our first question inside the mailbag. Push that button. Hey, guys, just wanting your opinion of, just wanting your opinion of Big Ben now. You had talked about him like he should be mentioned as an MVP candidate earlier this season. What do you say now? All right. Well, earlier in the season, we did mention that Big Ben should be at least mentioned in the MVP candidate scenario. Now, in the early part of the season, 7, 8, 10 guys are being mentioned as MVP. Now, obviously, at this point, I do not think Big Ben is an MVP candidate. I think it's really come down to Rodgers. I think it's come down to Mahomes, and I think Derrick Henry has an opportunity as well. I think those are the three people that you have to have this conversation about, and I don't think anybody else matters. This is my opinion. Big Ben has not played well recently, and I think that's well documented. And anyone that says that he has is just being a homer and not being a real fan, at least not a real fan of football, not an honest one. Big Ben has played terrible. He's been awful. He's not an MVP candidate, and at this point, if he continues to play the way he played Monday night against the Bengals, he's not even considered a top 25 quarterback in the NFL. He's been horrible, terrible. So no, I do not consider him to be an NFL MVP candidate right now. Thank you very much for throwing that in our faces. Let's go to our next question. A lot of primetime games seem to really be screwing gamblers over this in the last moments this year. Is the fix in? So this is a common scenario it's a common narrative that you hear from people all throughout the sports world, especially gamblers that are a little bit, and this is a technical term, but gamblers that are a little bit butthurt by what's going on. A lot of people saying, "Oh, the fix is in. I can't believe this. Can you believe this happened?" This happened 2 weeks ago in the Monday night game. It was a 3-point swing either way. Cleveland takes a safety. A couple weeks ago, I think it was Dallas and Philadelphia, if my memory serves me right, and there was some controversy in that one. Philadelphia went for 2 when they didn't need to. So, I think these things happen, and I'll guarantee you one thing. An NFL coach and an NFL player are not coaching and playing to try to win or lose you money. They are coaching and playing to try to maintain their own jobs. That's their goal when they go to work every day. Every day they go to work, they don't want to get hurt. They don't want to hurt anybody else, and they want to make sure they keep their job. And then they want to win. But all those things come before winning, and then winning. So at no time is anybody out there thinking, "Oh man, if we can just take a safety, I bet these gamblers would win some money or lose some money." No one's out to get you. I'm a gambler myself. I gamble on a lot of different things. I invest in sports lines to make money. And I understand that sometimes I'm going to win and sometimes I'm going to lose, just like I would if I was investing in a stock. So I don't think Wall Street's out to get me. Do I think it's unfair sometimes? Sure. Life is unfair, but I don't think the fix is in. I don't think anybody's out there trying to fix anything in the NFL. And if you think that, you need to take a real hard look at what's going on in the world. No one's out to get you like that. Last question. Are you surprised that the NBA started this season again without a bubble? It seemed like it worked so well last season. I would think more teams would do it instead of dealing with what the NBA has gone through. All right, so the NBA did go into a bubble for the NFL playoff season. And for the NBA playoff season. And it worked tremendously well. Now, there were several reasons to do that at the time. First of all, the virus was new. We didn't have a lot of information. So the best thing to do for everybody for at least a moment was to lock yourself away from it. And in order to keep people safe from spreading the virus amongst other NBA players, the NBA made a choice, I think wisely, to lock everybody into some hotels in Disney and let them play the games. As you were eliminated, you went home. But as long as you continued to play, you were locked up in your hotel room in Walt Disney. So I think that really worked for people. And obviously, throughout the entire NBA playoffs, No one got sick. No one got COVID. So it worked out really well. But that's not a way to maintain a lifestyle. The NFL players wanted no part of that. And for the most part, the NFL has done a very good job of keeping people safe and healthy. And for such a deadly disease, the people that have gotten sick in the NFL, I have not read or heard about anybody who's been sick enough that this is something that has either affected their life or, I mean, as far as, death or affected them going forward. I haven't heard about players who are saying, oh, I got COVID 3 months ago and I'm still having trouble breathing. Now, I have some friends who are having some issues, but they're not world-class athletes and they're not young people. My friends are in their 40s, and these are the people that I've seen that are getting sick. I have one of the people that works with us. His parents just got sick. They seem to be bouncing back from it. We are finding therapeutics that help. I'm obviously not a doctor, but the things I've read are that we are making some headway in this. So with the vaccines, with the therapeutics at large, with the fact that these are young and healthy athletes for the most part, I don't see a reason to lock people down and put people in a bubble. I don't see a reason for it. And I don't think anybody else sees a reason for it at this point either. Even Dr. Fauci, who is a respected person in the medical field, who he's been wrong sometimes, but for the most part is pretty much on point, has said that there's no reason to lock people away anymore. So no, I don't see it going that way in the future. I don't think that the NBA was wrong in doing what they did, but I don't think it's needed as we move forward. I think things will be just fine the way they are. And hopefully as people start to get vaccinated and we start to see some changes in the weather, as it starts to get warmer towards January, February, and March, this virus will start to take a turn. It will go away, and we won't have to talk about bubbles for the NBA, and especially not the Major League Baseball moving forward. Now,